Now I for one know the pain that comes with life in general. You know, you get thrown curveballs left, right and center and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to get up and you feel like just laying there in a pool of misery. But I'm here to tell you that there are 4 steps that you can take to bounce back from any type of failure. And if you're not yet subscribed to Goals and Growth, well, you're making the biggest mistake of your life and you're going to be laying in a pool of misery that much longer. Nah, I'm just kidding. Make sure you're subscribed and let's get to point number 1. The first thing that we need to realize is that curveballs are inevitable. They will come your way. Life will knock you down. Life will show you that it can get even harder. But you need to realize that you, my friend, should be tougher than that. Life is tough, but you should be tougher, as the cliche saying goes. There's no use in you laying in that pool of misery for too long. You're taking away your potential. You're wasting time in sorrow that you could have been spending proving all the doubters wrong, that you could have been spending building the life that you've always wanted. But instead, you've chosen misery. And ask yourself this, because I've made the same mistake in the past. What's the use? What's the use? If they left, if you lost a loved one, well, unfortunately, it is bad, but that is part of life. And that is a part of life that you need to accept. Not everyone will be there for you. Not everyone who says they'll be there for you will be there for you in the long run. And that's just a sad reality that you need to accept. So instead of using all of your energy and your time by moping in sorrow, be a better man, be a better woman, and get up. All right, our second point and our second strategy that we can use is refocus on some new hobbies, refocus on some new venture. You've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. It's time to start it now. You've always wanted to start a personal training business. You've always wanted to start trading. You always wanted to do something that you've been postponing. And there's always, don't tell me there isn't, there's always something that you've been postponing. So as of right now, you have a choice. You can either keep postponing it or you can make the decision to actually start. What's the point of laying there in your pool of misery and sorrow if you could be building something amazing, if you could be creating an amazing brand for yourself? It's a no-brainer really if you think about it. Invest your time and your effort into something that can improve your future. Because if you invest your time and effort into sorrow, into misery, well, that's what life is going to get you back. I know it's easier said than done. And I know the mind of the typical overthinker, such as you and I, dwells every now and then. But at the end of the day, we need to overcome those feelings. And we need to tell ourselves that, look at the bigger picture. Our third strategy for today is quite a simple one. Don't be as trusting. I'm not saying don't trust ever again. I'm not saying don't be down for people that you know you can be down for. If you know someone is trustworthy, you trust them. If someone has shown you some trust in the past, you give them the benefit of the doubt. But don't trust brand new people who all of a sudden walk into your life. Now, this is where your character judgment comes in. Are you a good judge of character? That might be why you're in the position that you are in, because you weren't a good judge of character. I myself am guilty. I wasn't a good judge of character. And ultimately, people do disappoint you. No matter how much time and effort you put into them, do not always expect the same back, or in fact, never expect the same back. You see, expecting something back is what kills most of us, because at the end of the day, we pour 100% into a person or into something and we don't get that 100% back. And that's what breaks most people. And that's where most people are overcome with this misery, overcome with this fear of continued failure. And that's not what we want to be on this channel. So my advice is to you, be cautious about who you associate with. Be cautious about who you allow into your life and get to know them first before allowing them and showing them the behind the scenes, so to speak. Our last strategy for today is a fairly simple one. It's a fairly simple one, and that is that sometimes we should move our feelings aside. And I'm not saying ignore them. I'm not saying please don't crop it up. Gentlemen, I know we were taught not to cry. I know we were taught not to be emotional, but to me, it has been phenomenal in my healing. It has been phenomenal in rebuilding myself. It continues to be. If I feel the emotion, well, I process it, I go through it, I experience it, and I forget it. There is still work to be done. Tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow comes with its own set of challenges. So if you're not ready for those sets of challenges, life is going to knock you down even further than you are. Don't be dragged into a hole that is even deeper than the one that you're currently in, because that's only going to spell disaster. Make sure that you're subscribed to Goals and Growth, and make sure that you keep on doing your best.